How's it going? Today I'm going to show you how to draw a cartoon T-Rex. So to start off with our T-Rex, we're going to begin with the eye, and I'm going to just draw a circle like this. Then at the top, I'm going to make a small circle, and then I'm going to color in this circle. Then right here, I'm going to draw a little line that goes up and down. Then for the nose, I'm going to draw a line that goes out like this, and then comes down, and then curves back up. Then I'm going to make a little curved line right here. Next, I'm going to draw a line that goes down, and then it's going to come all the way back up for the jaw of the T-Rex. Then I'm just going to make some little V shapes in here for some teeth, and then some little triangle shapes in here for some teeth. Then I'm going to give them a little curved line for a nose. Then over here, I'm going to draw a line that just comes down and then goes around and then up like this for the tail. Then starting here, I'm going to draw a line that comes down for the neck. And then I'm going to draw a line that goes down like this for one of the hands. Then I'm going to go up. And then I'm going to draw another line that goes down and back up. Then I'm going to draw a line that sweeps in right here to finish the arm. Now I want to start the other arm over here. So I'm going to draw a line that goes around like this. Then I'm going to go up. And then I'm going to go down and back up for the hand. And then I'm just going to draw a line right here to connect it. Then I'm going to continue a line down here for the belly. Then, starting right here, I'm going to draw a line that curves around and then down. Then I'm going to draw a line that goes out and comes back for one toe. Then I'm going to draw another one here. And then another one here like this. Then I'm going to curve it around for the rest of the leg. Then I'm going to draw a line that curves up here for the end of the tail. Then for the other foot, I'm going to draw a line that comes down and then curves around like this. And then I'm going to draw a little line right here. So this is a basic T-Rex. Now you can add lots of details on here. I can add things like stripes. You could also put spots on there, or you could just leave it blank and not put anything on there. It's totally up to you. I'm going to put a couple little lines on here for the toes. And then I'm going to draw a line that goes right here to the arm, and then down here to the leg, and then up here. And then I'm just going to draw a few lines on here, just to make it look like he's got some scales. And there you go, there is your cartoon drawing of a T-Rex. Now I'm going to color this one a little bit different, and I'm actually going to show you guys how to color this and doing some shading and different things on here. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. So before I fast forward this, I want to show you guys some different tips and tricks on how to color your pictures. I'm getting a lot of people asking me, what's the best way to color? How do you add all the shading? Things like that. So I'm just going to use a few different colors. I'm going to use some colored pencils. So all I'm going to use is a light yellow and a darker yellow, a light orange and a dark orange, and then a light green and a dark green. Now, you don't have to use these dark colors. These came from a Prismacolor set. You can just use whatever you want. But this is just a quick way of showing you guys how to shade. So the first thing is I want to color my T-Rex, and I want to color all this in light green except for the stripes and his stomach. So I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to color this nice and dark. I want to get a nice dark color on here. So I'm just going to make sure that I color this entire part of the T-Rex nice and dark, and I want to make sure that I get all of my white spots off of here. Okay, so now that I have all of my green laid out, I'm going to do the same thing with my orange. So I'm going to color the stripes orange. So I'm just going to come in here and do the same thing, get all of these colored, and I want to make sure that I'm not leaving any white spots because those never look good. So I'm just going to come in and get all the stripes orange, just like this. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with my yellow. So I'm just going to come in here and I'm just going to color his stomach yellow. And I'm coloring nice and dark just because this is kind of like a cartoony picture. If this wasn't so cartoony and more realistic, I would probably color this a lot lighter just so I could do some more shading in there. So this is like a basic way of how you can color this. Now, I want to make it look a little bit more realistic, so I want to add some shading in there. So when you're shading, the trick is you want to find spots that would be kind of dark. So if our dinosaur is walking and the sun is above him, it would be shining down on him. So some of the places that I'm going to add some shading are like on the back of his legs here. Now when I shade, I'm going to color dark just because I want to make sure that I can, have my color show up on top of this. But, you just want to kind of color a little bit. I'm just shading around the edge, just like this. And I'm going to shade the bottom of the feet as well. So then I'm going to come here and I'm going to do the bottom of this toe and then the bottom of this toe. And then I'm going to bring this color out just a little bit farther. Now, I want to color most of this leg over here in this dark green. So I'm just going to start right here at the top. And then I'm just going to color all of this. And I'm just going to leave a little bit light at the top of the foot. And then I'm going to color some of this dark green down here. Now, also the bottom of the tail would be dark green too. So I'm going to make sure that I color the bottom of the tail dark green. And then you can always get a little bit lighter. I'm pushing down really hard down here, and then I'm getting a little bit lighter as I move towards the top. And that helps the colors blend. So then I'm going to color most of this arm green right here. And then I also want to color the bottom of this arm green. And then I'll do the sides of the claws. And you get a little bit lighter as you move up. Then I'm also going to color right here by his stomach, nice and dark, and then I'm going to slowly get a little bit lighter. And then do the same thing up here. And I'm going to color this all the way up to this line by his head. Then the bottom of his jaw right here, it's going to be nice and dark, and then I'll slowly get a little bit lighter, just not pushing as hard. I'm going to color dark green in his nose. Then I'll do a little bit at the bottom of his mouth here and curve it up and just get a little bit lighter. And then I'll do a little bit behind his eye and the top of his head just to show, because this thing's kind of tall, just to show that there's a little bit of a shadow. And you can do a little bit in the front here as well. So you could leave it like this, it looks pretty good, but you can also take a light colored pencil, the same green, and I can color on top of this, and this will just kind of like blend those colors in together. Now I am using Prismacolor and they do blend really nicely. These are way more expensive than your everyday colored pencils, but if you use normal colored pencils such as like Crayola or Crazy Art, they will do pretty much the same thing, so don't feel like you have to go out and spend crazy amounts of money on Prismacolor. So then I can also add some shading to the stripes. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this dark orange to the back of each stripe, like this. And this just gives it a little bit of color. Makes it stand out a little bit more. Then I can also add some of this dark yellow to the bottom of his belly. So I'm just going to color some of this in. I'm going to get real close to his arm up there, real close to his leg. Then I'm just going to add some back there. So I could also, I'm just going to go ahead and color in his toes as well. We'll give him some yellow toes, just so we don't leave them white. And then same thing. Now, like I was telling you guys, if you don't have these dark yellows, you can always use a color like orange, which is really close to yellow. They're right next to each other on the color wheel. And I could use some orange just to add some shading in here. And this works just as well, if not even better. Makes it a little bit brighter. I could even take some orange and kind of color at the bottom of here to really make this pop out. And you can always use black as well to make it a little bit darker around the edges here. I'm going to roll up my paper the opposite way, just so it doesn't bend. And then lots of times you will see people go and they will re-outline their drawing in a black Sharpie. That's something you can always do just to make it kind of pop out a little bit more. Definitely don't have to, but it will make it look pretty cool and just kind of really stand out just by adding this nice dark black line. You don't even have to go in and do all the details, just do the outline of it. And this will really give you just a nice looking design. And there you go. There is your drawing and coloring of the little cartoon T-Rex. Hopefully some of those little tips and tricks will help you guys when you're doing your own coloring. Just remember, whenever you're trying to color, look for different shades, things that are darker to help you with your shading. So thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.